Lab program 12. Design, develop code, and run the program in any suitable language to implement an absolute letter grading procedure, making suitable assumptions. Determine the basis path and using them derive different test cases, execute these test cases, and discuss the test results. So, in this program, we need to find out the basis path. Okay, so we need to find out the independent path which is there in the statement and what are all possible output with respect to the output, what are the basis paths, and that basis paths can be identified using the data flow or the program graph diagram. No, so using that path, we need to write the test cases. We need to derive the test cases. So that is what the problem. Now, what is the program here? So this is the program. It is doing. It is just calculating the grade. Okay, so for example, here in the if statement, percentage is received. If the percentage is greater than 90, then grade will be it is A grade. Else, if it is less greater than 80 and less than 90, then it is B grade. And for this condition, it is C grade, else D grade, and if not any, then it is E grade. So using the switch statement, we need to write if it is A grade, then excellent. If it is B grade, then very good. If it is C grade, good. D grade, above average, and E grade is satisfactory. So this is what our program. Now to write the program graph, first we need to give the line numbers for each and every statement in the program. So for the same program, we need to give the line number. So as I already told in the previous programs, we need to start from the executable statement. So these are the just declaration statements. So just starts from the scanf statement and go on numbering. So it ends at 21. So here from the statement 1. So DD graph, it starts from 1. Next, what is the second? After the statement 1, it will go to the second statement. So now the second statement is predicate statement. As I told, the predicate statement will be having either true or false output. Now this is the if statement. So if percentage is greater than 90, if percentage is greater than 90, it should go to the line number 3, that is grade is equal to A. Else it should go to the line number 4. So how you will depict in the program graph? Now from the 2, one chances it can go to the 3, and second chance it can go to the row number 4. After the 3, it will come back to 11. What is there in line number 11? So it will go to, if it is greater than 90, it will execute grade A, then it will come back here. If not, it will go to fourth line and execute fifth line, then it will come back to 11th line, like that. So you need to consider the loops also. So with respect to that, we need to write the program graph. So this is the program graph. Now using this, we need to calculate the independent paths. Now how to calculate the independent path? Now what are the, first we need to find out what are the total number of edges in the program graph. Just count each and every nodes, sorry, edges in the graph as well as the nodes. So there are total 22 edges and 19 nodes. And what is P? Now P is the it is just a circuit to, or you can say it is a linear path from source to destination, or from the entry node to exit node. That will be always one. So why we need this? Because to keep the graph connected. So if you're here, whatever the formula we can see here, that is you're applying the cyclomatic complexity formula. So to apply cyclomatic complexity formula, the program graph must be strongly connected. To make sure of that, you just need to draw a edge from entry node to exit node. So when there is a edge from entry node to exit node, that indicates that it is connected graph. So that's why that will not make a much difference here. So you will take it as 1. P is 1. So apply the numbers 22 minus 19 plus 2p, that gives 5. So there are 5 independent paths in the program. So that is P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. Now, in our program, we have 5 possible outputs. That is, it can be A grade, B grade, C grade, D grade, or E grade. With respect to each of these outputs, we need to write the path. Now, to get A grade, consider to get A grade, what are the path it has to follow? Now, come to this program. To get A grade, it will start from 1, then 2, then 3. After the 3, it will skip all these things. Then it will come to line number 11. Then it will execute 12. Then it will print 13 and break here. Then it will come 19, then 20 and 21. So this is the path to print grade A. So 1, 2, oh sorry, 1, 2, 3. From there it will come to 11, 13, 18 and 21. 18, 19 is the closing bracket of this. So 18, 20 and 21. So this is for the path. Similarly, you need to write for B grade, that is 1, 2. So 3, it will not execute. It will come to 4, 5. After that 11. After that for B it is 14. Then 9, 18. Then 20, 21. So like that you need to write. So they've just you can exclude closing bracket and opening bracket. So these are the 5 different paths. Now using this path, you need to write the test cases. Now this is the path. Now for this path, if the input is what input you are giving, if whatever the percentage you are giving, if it is less than 60, for this particular path you can give only less than 60, then you should get E grade and remarks is pass. Now next, for this particular path you can give input percentage 60 to 69 and expected output is for all these values which comes in between this, you should get D grade. Next 70 to 79, that is for C grade. So what percentage you can give, the values which comes in between this, so that is C grade. So like this, similar to these values, okay, you have to give the percentage input, and these are the expected output what you are expecting from the program. So this is about grading. You're just drawing the program graph and using the cyclomatic complexity formula. You need to find out the total number of independent paths in the program graph, and with respect to using that independent paths, you need to write the test cases. Thank you.